Hi everyone, welcome to Impact Academy. Today let us look at the national current affairs. Okay, let us look at the questions. So again, once again, I would like to repeat: see, current affairs is not exactly a very scoring subject, but of course you are going to get 30 marks in the exam. So you have to prepare current affairs thoroughly, but also focus on other subjects. And the way to read current affairs is uh, don't try to remember everything. Don't try to memorize everything. Just try to read, understand, and try to remember as much as you can, and try to repeat it multiple times. That is the only way. The more number of times you repeat, the better you will be able to register in your mind. Okay, so try to follow these tips while following current affairs. So let us try to look at some of the important current affairs in the last 1 year. So, in January 2024, Prime Minister PM Narendra Modi ji released six special commemorative postage stamps dedicated to the Sri Ram Janmabhoomi temple. So, as everyone is aware, we have the Sri Ram Janmabhoomi temple, Ram Mandir that has been, in Ayodhya. So, let us look at some of the key important, features of the temple and the important points to be remembered from the point of view of exam. Okay. So what is the style of the architecture? It is the Nagara style. So Dravida style is the South Indian style. Nagara is the somewhat North Indian style. Okay. And Vesara is a combination of Nagara and Dravida. Okay. And there are several styles also, but these are the major styles. And it is a three-story Ram temple. We have five dome-shaped mandapas and one shikhar. See, if you look at the Nagara style of architecture, you have mandapa, okay, where more like a gathering, and you have Kalasha, Shikara, Garbhagriha. Garbhagriha is where the main deity is placed. Shikara is it's like a Vimana on top of a Garbhagriha, okay. And if you observe the shape, it will be in curvilinear. In Dravidian style, you will have stepped pyramidal structure. You have here elliptical curvilinear structure in Nagara style. And Kalasha is on the top of the Shikara. Okay, and there is a Jagati, and you have a raised platform. Okay, try to remember all these things. And the original design had two stories. Okay, but now it is three stories, three mandaps and one shikar, etc. Number of pillars increased to 360, and temple height is 161 feet. Try to remember. Okay, temple design is based keeping in consideration of Vastu Shastra. Okay, all that is fine. So total area is 10 acres. Temple is on 10 acres, and remaining 57 will be devoted as the developed as the temple complex. 161 feet. Try to remember that. Total columns 360. Total floors 3, and total mandaps 5. Okay, and Nagara style temple. Okay, that is one thing. Stones from Rajasthan, Banshi Mountains, Rajasthan. Try to remember that. Four more temples smaller in size will surround the main structure. Okay, and over 2 lakh bricks, etc. etc. So all these are very important. Try to remember some of these points because the question can be asked. Anyway, it is in Ayodhya, Uttar Pradesh. Okay, six special commemorative postage stamps dedicated to Sri Ram Janmabhoomi Temple in Ayodhya, Uttar Pradesh. So, what organization recently removed Aadhaar from the list of acceptable documents for proof? So, recently, the EPFO, Employment Provident Fund Organization, has removed Aadhaar as a acceptable document from proof of date of birth. Okay, keep that in mind. Very important. Now, recently, government said that it will give a clarification. Like other as it is, they say it is not a proof of identity. It is just a proof of your address, etc. But it is not exact. I'm sorry, it's a proof of identity. It's not citizenship. Okay, Aadhaar is not citizenship. It is just a proof of identity. But now EPFO is not accepting as a acceptable document for date of birth. Try to remember that. Very important. Which language has the government of India decided to include as one of the nine classical languages? So, if you look at the classical languages, okay, uh, let us briefly look at it. The classical languages. So, in a move to strengthen cultural ties, External Affairs Minister S. Jaishankar announced the Indian government has included Farsi or Persian as one of the nine classical languages under the new educational policy. Remember all these things. Okay, NEP 2020, Farsi, which is basically Persian. Okay, there are officially under the 8th schedule of the Constitution, which deals with languages. Six classical languages have been identified so far. Okay. According to the NEP 2020, Pali and Prakrit along with Farsi should be preserved. So that became eight, right? Six, seven, eight. And now ninth language is Farsi. So remember all these things. NEP 2020, six languages already classical, and Pali and Prakrit also added, and now Farsi is also added. Now, criteria for classical language, and remember this Ministry of Culture. Who decides all these things, classical language, etc., is Ministry of Culture. Question can be asked from that point. Eighth schedule of the Constitution deals with the official languages. Okay, there are 22, right? 22 languages, and this is the criteria. Okay, just go through. Not very important. And Tamil is the first classical language, 2004. It's a Dravidian language, etc. And Sangam literature is famous for Tamil literature. You have a separate topic in detail about Sangam literature, right? And it is one of the 22 languages listed in the 8th schedule of the Constitution. Very important. And in 2004, Tamil. Try to remember that because they might ask which is the first classical language and when was it given classical status? 2004. And then followed by 2005 Sanskrit. Okay. Family of Indo-European languages, one of the 22, etc. Next, Kannada is 2008. Okay, remember that. Kannada is 2008 and Telugu is 2008. Okay, and what you say, Proto-Dravidian language, etc. People of Andhra and Telangana speak this. Next, Odia in 2000, Malayalam in 2013, and last Odia in 2014. So Malayalam is spoken in Lakshadweep, Puducherry, Kerala, etc. First script used to write Malayalam was Vattelutu, etc. All these things just go through. Fine. So So Farsi or Persian is the ninth classical language. Till now there were six. Pali and Prakrit were added. Now Farsi is the latest. In which city was the 25T Bollard pull tug named Bhishma launched as part of Make in India? So this is that pull tug. Okay, launch of 25-ton Bollard pull tug Bhishma at Titagarh Rail Systems Limited, Kolkata. So what is the question here? Kolkata. Okay, 25-ton bollard pull tug means it's a kind of a small pull tug used to pull the bigger ships. Okay, bigger ships cannot move front and back sometimes when they're docked in the dockyard. So these small pull tugs are used to move around the big ships. Anyway, so that is under Make in India, Kolkata. Remember all these things. Okay, and don't try to remember everything. Just try to register it in your mind roughly and try to repeat the PDF multiple times. That is the only way. You cannot remember everything. If you are able to remember five or six questions out of these 100, 200, or how many questions we do, that is more than enough. Okay. Which ministry is responsible for the zero defect, zero effect? So Ministry of MSME, medium, micro, small, medium enterprises. Okay. Zero defect, zero effect. That is whatever we are manufacturing should not be any effect, defect. Which India city was Prashadam, the country's first hygienic food street, was inaugurated by Union Health Minister Dr. Mansukh Mandavia. So try to remember all those things. So the Prasadam initiative aims to enhance Ujjain. Ujjain is in Madhya Pradesh, right? Tourism attraction and preserve its culinary heritage while also playing a role in promoting economic development. So tourism, economic development, Prasad Food Street, okay, at Mahakal Lok in Ujjain, and it will be the first 100 food streets built in many districts. Okay, there are 100 food streets that are planned. So remember all that. Excuse. So which basin did ONGC commence the first oil production from the deep water KG? KG itself is Krishna Godavari basin, right? And ONGC is having a deep water exploration in Krishna Godavari basin since a long time. So outright the answer is Krishna Godavari basin. So what eighth question? What is the primary objective of Heal in India? Heal by India, launched in January 2024. So very recently, very important. So Heal in India. It's an initiative of the government to promote medical tourism in the country. The government is dedicated to cement India as number one hub for medical and wellness tourism globally, inviting the world to heal in India with the mandate of Seva coupled with Atiti Devo Bhava. So remember all these things. So heal in India, heal by India means extending medical facilities globally. Try to remember that. And it was launched on January 9, 2024. So what brand is the Indian government considering for selling rice as a strategic step to stabilize retail prices? Okay, so see, the government has launched Bharat Rice. The government has launched Bharat Rice at a subsidized rate of 29 rupees per kilometer per kilogram. Remember that development holds significance as it comes at with a 15% rise in retail prices of the grain in last 1 year and aims to provide relief to consumers. Okay, there is a 15% rise. So the government has come up with a brand called Bharat Rice, which is 29 per kg. Try to remember. Okay. So it is selling rice as a strategic step to stabilize the prices. To stabilize the prices, it is selling the brand of Bharat Rice, 29 per kg. Try to remember. The Smile scheme is related to, again, Smile scheme. See, the Smile scheme, Ministry of Social Justice and Empowerment. Try to remember that. So what is it? Support for marginalized individuals for livelihood and enterprise. So marginalized individuals means transgenders, beggars, etc. Okay, see welfare of transgender person and engage in begging. So try to remember these two things. Provide them rehabilitation, skills, etc. All those things. And Ministry of Social Justice and Empowerment. That is very important. What is the full form? Support for marginalized individuals for livelihood and enterprise. 365 crore has been allocated. Fine. And the period is 21 to 26. And budget allocation also there is 72 crore in fiscal year 23-24. From 45 crores, it has been increased to 72 crore. But in the Transgenders Protection of Rights 2019 bill, actually there is no budget reallocation. So from this, try to remember as much as you can. Basically, SMILE means support for marginalized individuals and for livelihood and enterprise. So transgenders and beggars and 72 crore. Okay, and also 365 crores has been allocated by the ministry. So SMILE scheme is related to rehabilitation of persons engaged in begging and supporting transgender persons. Okay, very easy. Once you know the concept, it becomes very easy. So Jal Jeevan Mission. Okay, this is about Jal Jeevan Mission. So let us see what Jal Jeevan Mission is saying. So try to remember important points. Jal Jeevan Mission means Har Ghar Jal. Okay, Har Ghar Jal. Assured tap water supply to every rural household by 2024. Okay, and piped water supply to all households by 2024, integrated demand and supply side management, etc. Converge with other central and government schemes, etc. All these things. Rural women no longer have to walk extra miles, enhance quality of life, especially young girls. 50% rural households already connected with tap water connection. So by 2024, every house should have tap water connection. So that is the main thing, and also it is catering to SDG 6. Okay, salient features, etc. Mandatory rainwater harvesting, sustainability through Manrega, capacity building, all these things. Okay. Nari Shakti for New India, Jal Jeevan Mission, transforming lives, empowering women. So remember all these points. Let us see what the question is. Is being implemented by the Ministry of Jal Shakti, which is true. To create a sense of Jan Andolan is one of the intentions. So yes, both 1 and 2. So E Sanjeevani, let us see about E Sanjeevani, what he saying. National Telemedicine Service. Remember that what is E Sanjeevani? National Telemedicine Service. And it is a cloud-based integrated telemedicine solution of the Ministry of Health and Family Welfare. Remember that. Which ministry? Health and Family Welfare. It's a telemedicine app that provides doctor to doctor and doctor to patient telecommunication. Doctor to doctor and also doctor to patient. Okay. So it is being designed, developed, deployed, and maintained by the Center for Development and Advanced Computing. Okay, CDAC, which is in Mohali, Punjab. Okay. So all these are important points. Two modules of e-Sanjeevani, which is doctor to doctor telemedicine, and it is part of the Ayushman Bharat also, and it operates as a hub and spoke model. So in Ayushman Bharat, in general, you have health and wellness centers, okay, and also it is connected with the hub at the zonal level. So there will be a hub in the central and nearby, like hub and wheel model. The nearby areas will be connected to the central hub. It was rolled in 2019. And also eSanjeevani OPD, which is patient to doctor remote consultation services, rolled out in 2020 amid the COVID-19. People to get outpatient services within their homes. So eSanjeevani, it can be called as an example of e-governance. Yes, definitely, because they're using internet and what you say from home, right? It consists of framework for doctor to patient only. As we have seen, it is not just doctor to patient; it is doctor to doctor also. Okay, it is doctor to doctor and doctor to patient. So only one only is the answer. So let us look at PM Krishi Sinchai Yojana. So what does it say? Krishi Sinchai Yojana, per drop, more crop. Okay, using efficient, enhancing water use efficiency at farm level through micro irrigation. That is Krishi Sinchai Yojana. Using more efficient techniques, and it can reduce irrigation cost up to 50%, reduce electricity by 31%, fertilizers can be saved up to 42%, okay, and the productivity will increase by 52%. And also you can say national mission to improve farm productivity and better ensure, okay, 31.3 lakh hectares has been covered under micro irrigation. So all these things basically using better efficient what you say like you can see sprinkle irrigation, etc. Okay, that is Krishi Sinchai Yojana, and you can say total area brought under precision irrigation is 2.36 lakh hectares, etc. etc. You can go through this, and funds also, all these things. You may be, I mean, may not be able to remember, but try to remember as much as you can. Okay, हर खेत को पानी 4.5 lakh hectare irrigation through surface minor irrigation, etc. It is going to benefit 22 lakh farmers. Okay, Krishi Sinchai Yojana for 21 to 26. This is the period 2021 to 26, and 22 lakh farmers. Try to remember it is those things. And how much is covered? 9.38 lakh hectares. Okay, 9.38 lakh hectares covered under micro irrigation. 35 lakh hectares land irrigated using water saving methods. Okay, and encouraging precision irrigation. On farm water use efficiency. Okay, try to remember all these things. 35 lakh, 9.38 lakh. Okay, 22 lakh farmers. As much as you can remember, try to remember. So what is the question? The vision of the scheme is to ensure access to some means of protective irrigation to selected agricultural farms in the country. It is not the right thing to provide efficient micro irrigation to the country, enhancing the adoption of precision irrigation and other water saving technologies, which is true, right? We have just seen precision irrigation, micro irrigation. Okay, 22 lakh farmers, 35 lakh hectares, 9.38 lakh hectares. So try to remember all those things in dry format. Okay, need not remember statements. Try to remember all that. In the exam, when you see the question, it will strike. Okay, whatever is asked in the question, you will be able to identify whether it is right or not. Okay, that is the approach you should follow. So only two only. Try to remember all that. NEET 3.0. So what is NEET 3.0? Okay, NEET 3.0 is, see, what is NEET? National Educational Alliance for Technology. Try to remember that. National Educational Alliance for Technology. So higher education courses, school education courses, okay, and it is being done by All India Council for Technical Education and Ministry of Education. Okay, try to remember which ministry also. International language based courses, all these things. Basically, some form of higher education, okay, and promoting Indian edtech companies through Atmanirbhar Bharat, bridge between edtech companies, academic institutions, and students. Okay, awareness programs, all these things. So now let us see the question. With this knowledge, what we can see. So NEET 3.0 recently seen in news is related to which of the following? Platform to provide best developed edtech solutions and courses to students of the country. So fine, it is not about women empowerment or not school education. It is higher education. Okay, edtech solutions and courses to students for of the country for higher education. And what was the full form? National Educational Alliance for Technology. Remember that also. National Educational Alliance for Technology. So regarding the Surrogacy Regulation Act, try to see what is there in Surrogacy Regulation Act. So in the Surrogacy Regulation Act, where a woman gives birth to a child for an intending couple, okay, the with the intention of handing over the child after the birth, and it prohibits commercial surrogacy. It permits only altruistic surrogacy. That means you cannot pay money for it. Only someone from the family or someone from outside who, because of some moral reasons, or in order to help the couple which does not have a child, that is altruistic surrogacy. Only that is permitted. Child born out of surrogacy shall be deemed to be a biological child of the couple. So abortion is prohibited. And who can do it? Close relative of the couple, married woman having a child of her own, 25 to 35 years. Only surrogacy only once in her lifetime. Remember all these points, very important. Possesses a certificate of medical and psychological fitness, and surrogate mother cannot provide her own gametes. That means the what you say, the ovum has to be taken from the ovum and the sperm has to be taken from the donor couple only. So she will act only as the carrier. Okay, and bill excludes many. Women must be either divorced or widowed to be able to opt for surrogacy. And women only between 23 to 50 years can go in for IVC or IVF for surrogacy. So this we are talking about the surrogate mother, and this is the couple or the women who plans to go for surrogacy. Okay, and overseas citizens or foreigners cannot go for this procedure. Only married couples. Okay, only married Indian couples and NRIs can opt for surrogacy, and the procedure costs about 15 to 80 lakh. All these things are fine. And Surrogacy Regulation Act of 2021, it was introduced to curb unethical practices related to issues such as sex selection, okay, exploitation of surrogate mothers, etc., etc. So remember all these things. Okay, commercial is not allowed. Only altruistic. Child will be considered as biological child of the parents, and the mother has to be married woman already having a child of her own, close relative, 25 to 35 years, okay, only once in her lifetime, and cannot provide her own gametes. Single men are not eligible. Okay, so all these points try to remember roughly. Now let us see the question. Consider the following statements about Surrogacy Regulation Act of 2021. Act prohibits both commercial and altruistic. Outright, this is wrong. It prohibits commercial, but it allows altruistic surrogacy. According to the Act, child born out of a surrogacy procedure will be deemed to be the biological child of the intended couple, which is true. We have seen, right? The child will be considered as the biological child. The child born out of surrogacy shall be deemed to be biological child of the couple. So only two is the right option. What is the name of the program launched to enhance connections among young individuals? So let us see it. PM Yuva. What is PM Yuva? Yuva Udyamita Vikas Abhiyan. And it is Government of India, Ministry of Skill Development and Entrepreneurship. Very important. Which ministry? Okay, not Ministry of Youth Affairs or anything. Ministry of Skill Development and Entrepreneurship. Yuva Udyamita Vikas Abhiyan. Okay, Pradhan Mantri Yuva Yojana, flagship scheme of Ministry of Skill Development and Entrepreneurship, aims to promote entrepreneurship, education, capacity building, and provide mentoring and hand-holding support to potential and aspiring entrepreneurs. Okay, and also Pradhan Mantri Yuva Yojana is what you say it NIES BUD. Okay, National Institute for Entrepreneurship and Small Business Development. Okay, that is also related to it. Okay, this particular thing NIES BUD is the program management unit of the Yuva Yojana. So try to remember all that. So what is the question? Name program launched for enhance connections among young individuals. Okay, so basically PM Yuva. Okay, it's related to entrepreneurship and provide skills training, etc. to the young entrepreneurs. PM Yuva Yojana. So street lighting national program. So what is street lighting national program? So if you look at street lighting national program, government launches world's largest LED street light replacement project. Okay, 49 lakh LED street lights have been installed till date, and 1.34 crore conventional street lights to be replaced with energy efficient LED lights. So that is it. Street lighting national program is to give LED lights, replace the street lights with LED lights. Okay, fine. Try to remember Ministry of Power. It is an initiative of Ministry of Power. Okay, implemented by the Energy Efficient Services Limited. So question can be asked from that point of view. Who is implementing it? Energy Efficiency Services Limited of Ministry of Power. Okay. So what is the question? With reference to the street lighting national program, it is considered as the world's largest domestic lighting project, which aims to replace incandescent lamps with LED bulbs. Not exactly. It's not about incandescent lamps at the residential level. So this is also wrong. So it is at street level, street lighting. Okay, the name itself says street lighting. It is spearheaded and implemented by the Energy Efficient Services, which is true. We have seen Energy Efficiency Services Limited of Ministry of Power. So second one is correct. Remember that. Try to remember that. So it is talking about the Pengyong So Lake. Okay, where is the Pengyong So Lake? Okay, so just look at the question. It is a long, narrow, deep, endoric, that means landlocked lake. Okay, situated at a height of more than 14,000 feet in the Ladakh Himalayas. It is a transboundary lake, that means between two nations, that is expanded between India and China. Okay, during winter the lake freezes completely, despite being saline water. So basically, try to remember Pengyongso Lake is in Ladakh. Okay, and it is a long, narrow, deep, endoric, means landlocked between India and China. It freezes during the winter. Try to remember those things, and it is a saline lake. Okay, Sambar Lake is the largest saline lake, right? Sambar Lake in Rajasthan is the largest saline lake in India, right? Try to cross it. And also Dead Sea. Dead Sea in Israel is the highest salinity. What is the primary objective of the strategic interventions for green hydrogen transition program? So what is green? Let us look at. So SITE program is a subcomponent under the National Green Hydrogen Mission. So National Green Hydrogen Mission itself is very important. Okay, it focuses on green hydrogen production with financial outlay of 13,000 crores. Try to remember that. The Solar Energy Corporation would be the implementing agency responsible for schemes execution. Okay, and the Union Ministry of New and Renewable Energy has issued scheme guidelines. Okay, it's a subcomponent. Okay, SITE is a subcomponent under National Green Hydrogen Mission. It aims at providing electrolyzer manufacturing incentives with a total outlay of 4,000 crores. Okay, it focuses on green hydrogen production. Try to remember this. It's a subpart of National Green Hydrogen Mission, and it focuses on production of green hydrogen. 13,000 crore. Also try to remember. And Solar Energy Corporation of India (SCCI) will be the implementing agency. Try to remember that also. And when was National Green Hydrogen Mission launched? 2022. Goal of making India energy independent and decarbonizing major sectors. India intends to become net zero by 2070, right? Try to remember that also, very important. India's green hydrogen production capacity is likely to reach 5 MMT, million metric tons per annum, with the associated renewable energy capacity addition of about 125 gigawatts. So from overall renewable energy addition will be 125. Out of that, 5 MMT of green hydrogen targeted by 2020. Okay, and nearly 50 MMT per annum of CO2 emissions are expected to be averted by 2030. So try to remember the key points. Let us look at the question. What is the primary objective of strategic interventions for green hydrogen transition SITE program, which has been recently? So it is a subpart of National Green Hydrogen Mission and 5 MMT. Okay, and SECI, Solar Energy Corporation of India Limited, is the implementing agency. Simply the question is asking about it is in the related to green hydrogen production. Okay, So it is not nuclear or anything, carbon capture, anything. Not promoting renewable energy is fine, but more specifically, green hydrogen production. Okay, site strategic intervention for green hydrogen transition. Remember all that. In the name itself, green hydrogen is there. Anyway, so Ganga Sagar Mela, India's second largest fair after Kumbh Mela, okay, is celebrated in which state? So Ganga Sagar Mela is held at Sagar Dweep in West Bengal. It is south of, it belongs to the South 24 Parganas district in West Bengal. It is organized around Kapil Muni's ashram. The site of the Mela is on the banks of the confluence of Ganges and the Bay of Bengal. So where the Ganga enters the Bay of Bengal, there this Ganga Sagar Mela is, what you say, it happens in West Bengal. So in the question it is West Bengal. Ganga Sagar Mela, India's second largest fair after Kumbh Mela. Try to remember that. Is celebrated in West Bengal. Okay, let's stop for now.